so in this video, I'm going to kind of show you the summary. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the ending of my opinion on everything prior to you watching how to install it and everything, because this has kind of been a pretty big headache with the 650. So with this stage 1 DYNOJET kit, I also have the twin air filter that I put on there, and I did the smog delete kit, all that kind of stuff. So once I've done it, for my elevation, I am 1,100 feet sea level elevation. So at that point, when you read the instructions and everything, it says that you need to put the needle. Now I'll kind of break some of this out real quick, show you real quick what I'm talking about. With the kit, it comes with a new needle, and the needle has a clip, as you can see right there, and there's like 6 notches that you can put it in here near the top. And with this kit, at my elevation, it says it needs to be on the 3rd notch, which is pretty much in the middle. So that's where that needle goes. And then quick little rundown, you change the spring and then the main jet, and then you drill out the hole for the adjustment screw and all that, and you pull this little brass piece out right there. So that's how you do that. And then you can adjust it with a flathead if yours has the flathead, or if you're like mine, it's got this weird little piece right here. It's almost like it's kind of dented, but that's how it goes in there and can adjust and everything. So I'm supposed to go 2.5 turns out and put a 165 main jet in the carb, and it's supposed to run perfect. Well, the whole time it was, the way I kind of took it is either it was not getting enough fuel or it was getting too much fuel, one or the other. But the way it reads is that I was getting too much fuel. So I went, and one of the suggestions it said is to take it from the 3rd notch and move it up to the 2nd notch. So I moved the needle up to the 2nd notch. Still didn't do anything. Now doing this, you're having to literally pull the carb out, tear everything apart again, do that, put it back in there, then run it down the road. So there's a lot of steps involved with doing this, and that didn't work. So then I went and I moved from the 165 main, I went down to a 160. From that point I went to like a 155, and the stock main jet is a 152. And I put that in there and it ran 80% better, like back to the stock jet with still using the DYNOJET needle and all that. Well, at that point, it still wasn't running great. I even went back and forth from the air filter to the stock air filter. I mean, just back and forth, all this kind of stuff. Well, I finally called DYNOJET, called them. They sent me an email. Talking to them, they were great, nice, very helpful. But they sent me an email about a, I can't remember the exact term. I'd have to pull up the email again, but something to do with the airflow, if you're getting too much or not enough airflow. So you ended up pulling the air filter off, putting tape over part of the hole that the air filter goes over, so you're restricting airflow, and doing a bunch of tests with that. And after doing all those tests and everything, I could never get it right still. So I pulled every single item from the DYNOJET kit out of the carb, went right back to stock. And honestly, even after I'd done that, it every once in a while, when you're doing full throttle pulls, it would kind of cut out, and you're just cut. I mean, not a lot, but just a little bit, even after I went back to the stock settings and everything. So I was doing a little more reading, and came up with the snorkel delete suggestion. So the way you go about that is you pull your airbox cover side off, so the plastic on the other side, this on the other side, you pull it off and you take it down the road and see how it does. Well, I did that, ran great. I mean, not one issue. So with learning that, the correct way to go about it, because you're not going to ride around with the cover off the whole time, is you do the snorkel delete from the airbox. So I'm going to show you all that right now. All right, get that zip tie taken apart. There is the chunk you're taking out. Oh, hopefully this should fix my problem. We'll get all this out of here and take it for another ride. All right, so after you have drilled the rivets out and undid the reusable zip tie, so don't just cut it because you're gonna have to use another zip tie when that one's reusable for a reason. You pull this out and it has ran great. Now, far as mod wise, what it has, I have the emissions delete, I have the Big Gun Evo R slip on, so it's not the full exhaust, obviously, if you can see. I don't have the header, but just the slip on. And now I have done the snorkel delete, and it runs great. So I guess this whole video is really just kind of explaining all the headache I went through of trying to make any of this stuff work. And when it all came back around full circle, none of it worked. So I did end up taking the stock air filter out and going with the UMI. So it does have the UMI filter with the snorkel delete done. In a roundabout way, this was a waste of money for me. So a little more educated on the DYNOJET and how to pull my carb and tear it apart 50 times. Maybe not 50 times, but at least 15 times. So I guess I can say I'm pretty familiar with the carb now. But in the next video I've got the a header for the bike, and I went through the carb again, doing some more jetting. So I have an update on that as well, but I wanted to go ahead and get this point across so that people didn't do all these mods and then get my review as to why I took everything out of the DYNOJET, or the whole DYNOJET kit off the bike. So look forward to, I got another video, a couple little things I'm gonna add to the bike. So thanks for watching. See y'all on the next one.